Caregiving can be one of the most rewarding jobs a person can have. Being there when a loved one needs you most is meaningful and something many want to provide. But a shift in roles and emotions is almost certain. It is natural to feel angry, frustrated, exhausted, alone, or sad. It's a taxing emotional and physical endeavor, and caregivers feel the effects of what's called caregiver stress syndrome, both during the person's life and after. Have a look. Life is a little slower now for Danny and Carol Kenichi.
We had a lot of fun.
We did. We had good times.
Yeah.
Carol is Danny's stepmom and the primary caregiver for her father, Jerry, who recently passed away with MS.
My dad was an awesome guy. He was always there for us kids.
Oh, all the dune buggies. Boy, we did a lot of stuff.
It's heart-wrenching to lose a parent. It's hard to come over here and he's not here.
Jerry lived with MS for many years, the last year of his life being the most challenging.
Feeding him and, and waiting for him kind of whenever he needed anything.
Caring for Jerry 24/7 became confining.
He couldn't go anywhere, so I was in the house all the time, and that was hard.
It seems like Carol kind of forgot to take care of herself because she was caring for my dad.
The pressures of being a caregiver turned into what Carol now realizes was caregiver stress syndrome.
I didn't even realize that I was just cleaning and keeping care of him and everything. It was like it was a blur.
The Mayo Clinic says signs of caregiver stress syndrome are feeling overwhelmed or constantly worried, feeling tired often, getting too much sleep or not enough sleep, gaining or losing weight, becoming easily irritated or angry, losing interest in activities you used to enjoy, and several others. When Jerry started to quickly decline, Danny and Carol called Infinity Hospice Care, not knowing how much hospice can help families in tragedy.
At the worst time of our lives, I couldn't be more happy with Infinity Hospice.
Accepting help from hospice or other care providers is one of the strategies the Mayo Clinic says helps reduce caregiver stress, including joining support groups and setting personal health goals, such as establishing a good sleep routine.
And that's got to be Danny, I think.
The life-changing experience of being a caregiver doesn't go away when the person passes away. Carol says feeling guilty for feeling relieved flooded her mind.
I did feel like it was my fault. But it's not.
She is learning you can't feel bad for feeling better.
Yeah, I still feel like he's here. And I love all the stuff that I even think about, but it's hard. I've never been by myself, except now. So I'm working on it. It's okay. It gets better every day.
The Kenichis are such special people. Joining us now here at Lakeside Manor is Christy Denny. She is with Infinity Hospice Care, Director of Patient Services, and Teresa Bloom. She's a nurse with Infinity. Ladies, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
What an amazing service you offered the Kenichis there. And I want to ask you, Christy, you guys have core values that were really embodied and followed through with that family. Tell us about those.
Well, thank you. A lot of companies have a mission statement, and we've moved one step further. We really feel that core values will bring us to provide better care to our patients and the community. And so our first core value is dependability. We find that if our employees are dependable to us as well as to the patients that they serve, that we provide better quality care. Being a member of a team and being willing to trust in your team, it really brings the whole group together, and we'll be able to provide that quality care to our patients. We also involve ourselves with the members of the families team, and coming together to provide them with the information that they need to make the best choices throughout this process.
Right.
And then our third core value is a genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of others. And we find that just by encompassing these three core values together, that we're able to better serve our community.
I love that. And hospice, people don't understand or know maybe that it has such an overarching care, what's the word? Follow through, that there's a lot of different dynamics to it,
Absolutely.
Whether it's nurses, CNAs. Teresa, how do you guys work together, both medically, non-medically, to help families and patients?
Well, the best part of my job is the team aspect of it. I can depend on my team members, which include a CNA, a social worker, a spiritual care. Christy, she's a great resource, and I know that if I'm at a patient's house and I see a need that needs to be met, all I have to do is pick the phone up and I'm in touch with my team member, and I get incredible support for the family.
Yeah, from social workers, chaplains.
Right, the whole picture. I think that's it is the best part, because the family has resources that they would get individually if they knew where to look, but we bring them to the table when we bring a patient on.
It is a hard call to make for families. Do we call hospice? Is it
Yes.
time to call hospice?
Yes.
But I think once you guys are called in, they're relieved in a lot of ways.
A lot of times we have family members who tell us if we only would have known sooner,
Yeah.
all the services that you could provide, we could have had care, earlier during the process.
Absolutely. Christy, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show. Teresa,
Thank you, Kai.
thanks for your service to our community.